Hi, BlakeCDLB here, and I'm going to give a talk as to what I think about the current state, as it were, of Formula 1 and the race. The season began last weekend, a fortnight ago nearly, in Melbourne, and it should have begun in Bahrain, but it couldn't due to the trouble within the country, and so there's some one or two radical changes to this year's racing, and the first of them is they brought in this DRS system, and for those that don't know, DRS means it's a drag reduction system, which it means that it's supposed to mean that basically the rear wing, they press a button from the steering wheel to activate this DRS on the straights or out of the last corner, so that they can tow up and help towards overtaking. And during that first race, I did see a pass made with that DRS system, and but there's one drawback with that, and that's you got to wait until this the third lap into the race before you can actually use it. So you're not allowed to use it off the start to overtake other cars. So that can be that could be a bit of a problem in certain circuits, and so the other new aspect is the Formula 1 this year is using different tyres. This year F1 is using Pirelli's, which is a brand new company to Formula 1, and because Pirelli have replaced Bridgestone, who pulled out of F1 last year, and now they're making tyres for the MotoGP scene. And the other thing is the KERS, but the KERS started life in 2009, and basically it gives you up to 80 more horsepower down the straights, and that's aimed at overtaking. But last year KERS was dropped, and the cars were much better, and then this year it's been reintroduced. It's basically you can use it so many times throughout the lap, and then it recharges itself, so it can be used again in the next lap. And I did have KERS. The F1 2009 game had KERS in it, and I dare say this year's game will have KERS in it. There's a new track for this year, and that's India, and which means the balance was so the balance is shifting again eastwards. The balance is shifting eastwards, and again, and like I said, you know, it's very well having all these new tracks, but they're all very good. They're very good tracks, but you just don't get any racing from them. And to get the race, and the cars have been designed, because the way the cars are built and designed, they can't follow each other. They can't follow closely enough to get an overlap to overtake. They just can't do that at the moment. And by reintroducing KERS, it's supposed to help, and the DRS was supposed to help. I can't see how they, to be honest, I can't see how they're supposed to have any effect or have any impact. But there we go. And so that's what I think about the current F1 state, and it's all very well bringing in this DRS and bringing back KERS, but the way, because the airflow of the car in front is disturbing, the air is disturbed from the car in front, and because of that the car behind can't follow sufficiently to overtake. So and of course, like I said, you can't use the DRS button system until after you got to complete 2 laps of the race before you can use it. And as I say, it means that unless you get a good start and you can overtake people, you can't use this new aid from the start of the race to overtake. So that's what I think at the moment. And it's although Red Bull won the first race, you can't predict who's going to win the other races, because it could be much more of an open championship like it was last year. So who knows, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens.